Good day and welcome to the channel. In this short video, we're going to explain how to do the branding on your Microsoft 365 pages and Azure pages. Pretty straightforward. Now you can see I set up a custom design for this portal in Azure and in Microsoft Office a number of years ago, and it's pretty ugly. So we're going to redo it. I thought you might be interested. Let's click sign in. First thing you need to be is an administrator. So if you're not an admin, this isn't going to work for you. Let's go to portal.azure.com. And if you've already signed in, you should be good to go. Then select Microsoft Entra ID, which used to be called Microsoft Azure AD. If you don't see it in your list here, just type it in here. Just type in Entra ID. There it is. And you want to go down to branding, company branding. Select Edit at the top left. So I'm going to start with the fave icon. The fave icon is, in this case, the little A at the top left-hand corner. And I need to make this Leela's head. I'm going to go to a website with a nice big picture of Leela. And I'm going to use the snipping tool. If you don't have it in your start bar along the bottom, you can find it just by clicking Start and typing in snip. So I'm going to grab that. And I'm going to use a tool called paint.net to resize this to the dimensions that they require. Now in your case, you may already have a graphic, in which case just grab it and put it in. But in my case, I'll show you how I'm going to edit this. First thing I want to do is crop out the background. So I'm going to use this magic wand. Oop, too much. So let's go down. There we go. Crop the background out. Reduce that down. There we go. That's a good background. And I want to set this to an even 32 pixels by 32 pixels. So I'm going to go to canvas size and make sure that, yeah, it's not even. So I want this to be 500 by 500. And now I will do image resize down to 32 pixels, 32 by 32. Yeah, that looks like her. Click File, Save As. And I'm going to save this in my downloads, and I'm just going to call this Leela. Now, it's important to keep this as a PNG, even though you can see here it supports JPEGs and PNGs. But in my case, I want the background to be transparent. So PNG support transparency, and that is what I'm going to keep. There we go. Let's get that out of the way. I will browse. There it is. And don't worry about it being blurry. It's only going to be in this little tiny graphic in the top left here, so not very much. This background is just as ugly as hell. So I am going to grab something else from the website. And I don't want to bother the web developer to get it, so I wanted this graphic at the back here. Unfortunately, when I right-click on it, I can't just save the background. There's no copy background option here, and that's because this is part of a page, which kind of sucks. However, it's easy enough to get around. So just right-click and select Save As. What it's going to do is it's going to build an HTML file, but it's also going to create a folder. And that folder contains everything on this page. You can see at the top here it's downloading. Let's go look at it. I have a lot of downloads. There's the folder it created as well, and you can see here, there are all the graphics, and I'm going to choose that one. So let's go back here and select File. I'm just going to paste that in. Canola background, that's the one. And I could just click Review and Save, but I will click Next because there are these other items along the top. So which template am I going to use? I'll just leave all of these as default. I do want to get rid of this header logo, graphic from the web page again. So I'm going to go back and I want a big picture of Leela. And do I want this blue as the background? No, I don't think so. So what I'm going to do is take another snip of it. There we go. And then I'll go back into paint.net, paste this as a new image. And now I can see the spec is 280 by 60 pixels. I'm going to crop this blue out completely. I don't want it. So I'm going to use the magic wand again. Oh, it remembered that I set it to 8%. That's good. Let's get rid of that. And I'll get rid of a few other little spots in here. Should be transparent. That's lovely, Leela. And now we need to make this 280 by 60 pixels. So let's go to image resize, 60 pixels tall. And bingo. And image. Now I need to make the canvas size 280. Okay, so I'm going to move this to the left, and I'm going to set that to 280. Oh, I need to turn off the maintain aspect ratio. So it's 60, so 280 by 60. And I want this graphic to get shifted to the left. There we go. I'm going to write here, .ca. That's too big, so I'm going to change that to 30 point. I will leave that as black, and I'll set that right there. There we go. So there's a nice background header logo. I will leave this as a PNG again to make it transparent again, because it does support transparent PNGs. And I'll call this Leela header. You can call it whatever you want, by the way. The name doesn't make any difference at all. I'm concerned that that black isn't going to look good. We might have to change that to white or something else, but let's find out. So let's go here, we'll browse for the file, go to downloads. Image type is too large. That means the file size is too large. Let's look at that, downloads. The file is 10 right on the button, and that is just a little too large. So I've got to do something here to reduce the quality. So I'm going to go File, Save As. I'll save it as a PNG again, but this time it's 10.1 kilobytes, just a little too large. And if I change it from 32-bit to 24-bit, I lose the background. Let's try 8-bit and just see how bad that quality is. It might be terrible. So let's click OK. Now it's only 4.7 kilobytes in size. Click Save. Let's go back to Browse. We'll choose Leela header again. And bingo, that worked. Again, it will not be stretched like that when you have it in your site. Footing. Do I want to change anything? Do I want notices about cookies and things? I'm just going to leave it. It's fine. Sign-in forms. Change these as well. So these are all the same size. 280 by 60. Nope, this one is 280 by 240. So what I'm going to do here is just press Ctrl-Z a number of times to get it back to the original size. There we go. And now I need to make this, 240 by 240. So go to Image and Resize, and we need it to be 240. And now we can go to Canvas Size and set it to be 240, and just make sure that the maintain aspect ratio is off. Put her picture in the middle, click OK. Bingo, that works. File, Save As, call it anything you want, but I'll call it Leela 240. And that's a little bit grainy, so I'm going to change that back to Auto Detect, which is 32-bit, and it'll just be a little bit better. So let's go to Browse and select that file. There it is. Browse. Select that file. Much better. Next, Review, and there's a problem. What is that? This is too large. Okay, so let's go back to our graphic, and I guess we're going to have to set it, because it's over 50 kilobytes, we'll have to set it to a lower quality, which in this case is going to be 8-bit. And that will be 29 kilobytes. Okay, that's just going to have to do. Let's go back here and select it again. Next, save. Right, so let's use a different browser so we don't get anything confused. We're not dealing with anything that's cached. So I'll just use Firefox for this, and let's go to Portal, log in. That looks one hell of a lot better than this did. I think you would agree. Hey, if you found this video useful, please give us the big thumbs up. We would really appreciate it, as it helps with the Google algorithm. Subscribe's also always appreciated, and if you have any questions or concerns, you can always reach us at www.urtech.ca. That's www.urtech.ca. Or you can leave a question or a comment below, and if we don't get back to you, somebody else will, because it's YouTube and everybody has an opinion. So thanks and have a great day. Bye-bye.